In the studio to help me with this discussion, lawyer Serwaah Safo-Mensah. Lawyer Serwaah Safo-Mensah is a lawyer, consultant, entrepreneur, managing partner, HITZ Law. Good morning, and many thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Andy.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Very well, thank you.
Great.
You heard Miki Osebeko?
I did. I heard Kwame Dazi as well. I loved his exclamation when he said, "Really? Why should it be prosecuted? Is a criminal?"
Is it criminal?
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not criminal. So there's no law that regulates international content. There's no law that regulates or governs the showing of international content in our TV or on our TVs in Ghana. And for every crime, there should be an offense to it. And so there's no offense that has been committed by the media, by the TV stations, by showing international content, so to speak.
During prime time?
During prime time. Why? So maybe I'll throw a question back to Honorable Miki Osebeko. How damaging it is for media. We need to know who it has affected, because for something to become an offense and to become criminal, it should have affected someone in a negative way. Even that, not all things that affect people negatively become an offense. It should be a harm. So what harm would have media houses caused in showing international content in Ghana? Maybe
what if they do not have the permission? For example, movies that are still showing in cinemas, movies that have soon been premiered on YouTube that the producer has not even retrieved income of the streams yet, and all of a sudden a TV station is showing. Is that not criminal?
If there's a law against it, it would then be criminal. I think he rather focused his argument on telenovelas being shown at prime times. I think maybe his argument was more of the fact that Ghanaian content should be showed more on our TV rather than international content. But I beg to differ. So in our country, Ghana, we are dynamic. We don't only live here by ourselves, but we live here with our international brothers and sisters. And for competition's sake, for marketing's sake, for education's sake, we don't only have to stick to our Ghanaian content all the time for our viewers to enjoy. We need to learn. For me, example, I love to learn other cultures. I know my culture. I don't know everything about my culture, but I keep on learning every time. But I also love to learn other cultures as well. For example, I think 2 years ago, I learned a lot from this telenovela UTV aired on their screens, and it was about the law. And around that time, I had a case in court, and it helped me, gave me knowledge as to how to strategize my plans to deal in that case. So it really helped me. Now, prime time, one will say, why then should the media show telenovelas at prime time, and why don't they show telenovelas at different hours? I would rather say that from morning till 6 p.m., I've seen media houses show Ghanaian content a lot. I've stayed in the house a number, and even when I'm in the office, I usually put my TV on, and I see Ghanaian content being showed. Now, when I leave the office and I go home, I don't want to see the things that I always see, the things that I always enjoy. I'm bored, I'm stressed. I want to see something new. I want to learn. And so I'm happy seeing a TV or the media showing telenovelas. For example, I love Mexicans a lot. it was through these Mexican soap operas I got to know about Mexican food. So their tortillas, their fish tortillas, their quesadillas, and all that. So I had to go and find a Mexican restaurant in Ghana to taste. And it was very lovely. I realized that they had things in common. A lot of things in common even with Ghanaians. The way they behave, the way they talk, the way they man their homes, the way they treat their children, the way they love spicy food. Ghanaians, we love spicy food. So you see, if I happen to go to Mexico right now, I won't struggle in fitting into their culture, because by the fact that, or by virtue of me watching their telenovela a number of times on TV, I happen to know most or a lot about them. And so I'll be able to fit in. It's not only about telenovelas, but Nigerians as well. We learn what our brothers, our sisters, what their culture is about. And so we are able to relate to them well. 2, it brings income even to the state. It does not cause financial loss to the state. How does it cause? Yeah, it has not even got to do with causing financial loss to the state, because the media house isn't the government appointee. Neither is the media house doing something that is related to a governmental work to cause financial loss to the state. Now, when the telenovela is being aired, people advertise. There are so many companies I see, they pay to advertise on the show. It brings income to the media house. And the media house also pay taxes to the state. So it actually even helps the state. Really? By generating income. Do they not pay for airing their or marketing their product on TV when programs are being aired?
Well, a lot of concerns have been raised, and
Okay.
I'm surprised that illegal practitioner, you are not worried about this, but think that because it is interesting and that you enjoy watching them, it must be permitted on our screens. However, it is the influx that is also causing a lot of local productions not to be entertained or not have enough airing space. And this is the reason most of the producers are concerned, or they've raised worry about the influx of telenovelas. So I was expecting that you will raise an eyebrow that I think it's way too much on our televisions, and we must consider our local productions.
Okay, so you see, we do consider our local productions, unless of course you are saying we should ban international content from our TV. Then that's fine. From morning till evening, a lot of local productions are being showed on TV, being it Ghanaian movies, shows like is it kids? These kids shows they show on TV3 and others. Is it Diasa? Is it on Adom FM and Joy News? I watch you a lot, and so yes, a lot are being showed. But so what I said was that for it to be a crime, there should be an offense. What offense has the media houses who show these international content caused by showing it? 2, if these local producers would want the media stations to be airing more of their programs, I think they should also come up with new stuff, and for viewers to, we the viewers to yearn more for local stuff. Once we start pushing, they start bringing new stuff, we'll be yearning more for the local stuff. By the time you realize, it will be more of all the media stations will be showing more of local stuff. I think that well, from what I have seen for some time now, I don't see our local producers bringing out, I don't know whether the media houses don't air, but I don't see them bringing out more or new, interesting or entertaining stuff.
Let me come in here.
Okay.
So this is it. Adam, do I have your attention? Good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
Check this out. You see, and I know that this will step on some toes, because my own people are victim Okay, they are a victim. Check this out. These telenovelas, you have to purchase them. Ghanaian contents are not aired for free.
They pay.
They rather pay. The TV stations do not purchase them. Sometimes they pay or they buy the airtime. Okay, they buy the airtime, and they discuss. They air them. Okay, now if I'm a Ghanaian producer, for example, this gentleman here puts up a material or content, and then he sends it to Adam's TV program or TV station. Adam has to look at it and say, okay, you know what? We don't have money to buy them. How much do you want? Oh, I need 10,000 Ghana cedis per episode. And they tell you, that's expensive. We don't have the money. If you can buy the airtime, well, you can buy the airtime. We're selling the airtime for, let's say, 20,000 cedis or 10,000 cedis. If you can buy it, that's yours. Whatever adverts you get on it is on you. And so you buy the airtime for 10,000 cedis, for example, 10,000 cedis. You get sponsors of, what's your watch? I watch.
Yeah.
And they sponsor. The water, Awake Me Not Drinking Water is sponsoring. Something Brown Laptop is sponsoring. That one, there's your own wahala. If you don't get sponsors and you fail, it's your own wahala. No, so.
Yeah.
That's right. And so it made the local content providers, it put them on the edge. Like, really? In this case, we are paying huge sums of monies to actors, production crew, all of them. We pay millions of CDs to get them produce one episode. And
Okay, so I think maybe we keep on maybe introducing other arguments into it. Honorable Mickey Osei-Berkon's argument. Honorable Mickey Osei-Berkon's argument is in relation to the prime time, and is not in relation to the
context.
the percentage
Content.
of the local content that is being showed. The policy is saying that 70% of local content should be showed. Yes, 70% is being showed, and 30%. I don't even. I thought it was just 10% of international content that is being showed. Apparently, they even have more percentage than I even thought. So even this cultural policy, which regulates how the media or content should be shown, the kind of content should be showed in Ghana, is even giving more percentage to the international people. Now, let's not forget that the media also has freedom and independence as well. So once a policy, it's saying that, okay, it's regulating. It is regulating. It's a cultural policy. It is not. It's not the National Media Commission law, or it's not the National Communication Authority law that regulates the media in Ghana. It's a culture. It's a cultural policy. That is what it's saying.
I hear you.
Now,
So I'd want you to explain. So it's a cultural policy.
Which is
What does it
which
mean?
does
Like,
not
why not his
regulate-
culture has just fallen down? So
It's
like,
not. It's a culture. Culture. Culture
don't
is
mind me, don't
what.
mind me. What I'm saying is that, so this is something that has been written. It's a cultural policy. What does it mean?
It regulates how Ghanaian or the local content should be, is it affected or engaged
Okay,
in.
so which means that from the perspective of culture, every television station should be able to provide 70% local content and 30% foreign content.
To back the main law.
Okay, so which means that